Good afternoon. It's Monday, August 26th. We have some really intense heat occurring across the Persian Gulf, United Arab Emirates. We also have some intense stuff occurring over the Midwest Cornbelt. Not quite Chicago. I know a lot of people think it is Chicago. It is hot in Chicago, but the real intense stuff remains centered over Iowa, portions of Missouri as well, along with southeast Minnesota and southwest Wisconsin. That's where you're going to see the highest wet bulb temperatures and wet bulb globe temperatures. But Joliet, Illinois, headed for a wet bulb globe temperature, possibly 90 degrees tomorrow. Not Chicago. Lake breeze comes in at some point in the afternoon, but it does get hot and it gets humid, but there will be a breeze. Not all models are forecasting a breeze. So there's not high confidence in exactly what the magnitude of the heat is going to be in Chicago. It will be hot and humid both today and tomorrow, and there's the potential for extreme heat to occur tomorrow afternoon. And as you go down south into Joliet, that potential becomes much more of a reality. The dew points are highest right now across Iowa. We have some areas which are reporting 80-degree dew points, and we have some models forecasting an 80-degree dew point across the Chicago area tomorrow evening after the most intense heat has already moved out. We have another part of the world along the Persian Gulf, just something totally spectacular. The water temperatures are 96 degrees along the Persian Gulf. Therefore, what's happening, temperatures in the evening, they drop because the sun sets. Go to Abu Dhabi and something like that. Right along the United Arab Emirates, temperatures drop into the low 90s. But then the winds turn off the ocean and temperatures start to rise again. It's not every model has been saying this, but it has been occurring. The winds shift, they become off the Persian Gulf, they rise into the mid-90s. Winds are coming in off of hot water, temperatures start rising in the middle of the night. Most of the forecasts show temperatures basically becoming steady, not rising, but we have very high dew points. An 88-degree dew point is forecasted across the United Arab Emirates coast for Wednesday late night. An 88-degree dew point when the temperature is 94 degrees. High temperature in that city today, 108. The dew points were only in the low 70s at the time that occurred, but currently the dew point, 10 o'clock p.m. tonight in this city, the big city over there. Temperature is 93 with a dew point of 86 degrees. So we have some spectacular heat indices in the mid-120s, upper 120s earlier. Very, very hot stuff over there. The Atlantic Ocean has an area where hurricanes normally form, but it's too cold for hurricanes to form. Water temperatures have dropped under 80 degrees, and this is even around the equator area. This is in the eastern tropics of the Atlantic Ocean. When you get into the western tropics, the water temperatures are normal. In fact, many sources are saying that it's actually above normal. Plenty heat for hurricanes to form, but in fact, most of the area where hurricanes normally form, those water temperatures are actually above normal, according to the expert sources. But there is an area where the water temperatures dropped very intensely. In fact, I believe it was a record, the quickness that the water temperatures dropped, which could be due to a number of different reasons. But the most important thing to point out, however, it's not just that the water temperatures dropped, but it's no longer capable of producing a hurricane, according to most. What needs to be added here is that there have been scenarios where hurricanes have developed despite the water temperature being under 80 degrees. In fact, AccuWeather, which tends to work more with the Celsius system, puts the water that cutoff at 77 degrees. It's coming very close to 77. It's not really set up for an above average hurricane season, regardless, for that area. But other areas along the hurricane normal tracks do have above normal water temperatures, so it's not clear how this is going to affect the hurricane season. What is interesting is, at least as of a few days ago, this drop in water temperature, this sudden drop in water temperature, was unexpected, and it remained a mystery. There could be a number of causes. One of them, which seems to be perhaps the most likely, would be an underwater volcano. When volcanoes erupt at a certain depth, some of them are not even detectable, and some of them produce cold water temperatures. You can look into it to see why that is, because I know some of them produce warmer water temperatures, but some of the volcanoes produce colder water temperatures, and that could be a reason for the drop. Ocean water temperatures around the South Pole have also been dropping. That's due to an Antarctic heat wave. And when ice melts, you have in ice, you see over there, it doesn't take you have a lot of salt in the water. So, salt water will sometimes melt when the Fahrenheit temperature is already close to 0 degrees. So, they have temperatures are up to 50 degrees above normal there. Unbelievable stuff happening August this year, 2024. We saw something even more phenomenal in March 2022, where the temperatures were 70 degrees above normal. But the heat wave that's going on, the South Pole, Antarctica, no mistake about it. Make no mistake, it's Antarctica. In July, about 20 degrees above normal. Places right now, 50 degrees above normal. But that's only bringing down water temperatures right around there. The Atlantic Ocean along the eastern parts of the equator and the tropics over there, that area remains a mystery as to why those water temperatures dropped so much. People, one of the reasons they always say is upwelling. Upwelling is when you have, in this case, you would have, let's, for example, say New Jersey, you get strong southwest winds. The southwest winds blow the water up. It causes the cold water from the bottom then moves up. So, okay, let's take the opposite scenario. Northeast winds will blow the surface water right to the beach of Atlantic City. So the water temperatures remain warm. But when you get southwest winds, so then the water has no place to go. So what ends up happening is it brings the cold water from down in the ocean up to the surface. So you could say there's upwelling. The only problem with that is that the upwelling in that part of the ocean comes from southeast winds, and we don't really have weather. We don't have weather surface conditions which are really conducive for upwelling. So maybe upwelling occurred due to some other factor. It's not clear exactly if these colder ocean water temperatures are going to last longer or not. Either way, we have water temperatures again. We have two heat waves. Water temperatures in the Persian Gulf are up. The Gulf of Mexico, they're up. The Persian Gulf, though, it could be closer to normal. Just the dew points are something phenomenal. And we have on the Midwest Cornbelt, once again, very dangerous stuff occurring for today and tomorrow. If you're exercising and if you're along Lake Michigan, the forecast is predictable today, but not predictable starting mid-afternoon tomorrow. That's the end of the forecast. That's the end of our discussion for today. I wish everybody a wonderful day and stay safe.